Everything you're about to hear is for entertainment purposes only. The upcoming conversations are nothing more than the ridiculous opinions of a dropout and a guy dumb enough to be friends with him. Listen, have some fun, but don't ever do, believe, or promote anything they say. They're idiots.
Guys, hold up. You should know, this ain't for everybody. Welcome to Savagely Loud. A little late on the roll in there. What's happening, guys? I'm glad to be back with you. I'm glad you're back with me. I'm Cliff. I'm your host, and I'm joined today and always by my friend and co-host, Mikey Wold. How are we doing today, Mikey?
I'm a little slow right now. I was great until about 30 minutes ago, and apparently I hit a wall.
This shit is off the rails already.
I was great, man. I was fucking rocking and rolling. Then it was like 7:45, and it's just like...
Dude, yeah, and I had another one of those days of learning how to make footage, make videos and stuff, and finally got our intro. Big announcement. Yep. We finally got our video intro solidified. It's nailed down. It's finished. It's done. It'll probably roll out on the next episode because this episode still we trimmed and tailored some of the disclaimer up front and worked with some things, so it's not going to match up. So we'll probably release it next week when I can redo the audio for all that good stuff. But to stay on track with us and stay up with update, God, dude, it's been a long day, man.
It really has. It's flown by today, but man, it's been just like, wow.
Yeah. Oh, God. Well, anyway, to stay updated with us and what we're doing, check out our Instagram page, Savagely Loud Podcast at Instagram. On that page, you'll find links to my personal page, Savagely Loud, and Mikey's personal page, Woldy2. You can also find us on Facebook under Savagely Loud Podcast. We do some shit I'm really not that active on Facebook anymore. I just really ain't. So
it's there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's there because it has to be there. But you can find us on YouTube at Savagely Loud Podcast. And you can also email us in at savagelyloudpodcast@gmail.com, which, as we mentioned last episode, we had just acquired the rights to savagelyloud.com. So pretty soon our email will be at savagelyloud.com, not at a Gmail address. But we're busy people, so we've got things to do. So speaking of things to do, that takes days. And during the day, we get these things called these little daily drags. On that note, what you got for us, Mikey?
All right. Today is not so much of a daily drag, but it's more of all right. Everyone's got something a little embarrassing. It's a little thing.
Oh, this is going to be yummy. I can tell.
Well, we touched on this. You hinted at it a couple weeks ago. So before I dated my wife, I would not go to breakfast with her because of this one.
No, I know what it is.
I would not do breakfast, and if we did have to do breakfast, I have a certain breakfast that I love, but I was like, no, it's too early. I'm not showing her this one. And finally, it was just like, screw it. Here we go. So, me and French toast. And
it's fucking disgusting, people. You gotta just wait.
So I like my French toast with just French toast and a crap ton of powdered sugar.
Okay, let me elaborate.
Yeah,
he means dry ass French toast. Like we have we have very little understanding in our brains for how dry he likes his French toast.
It's just the bread,
and then to just
sugar.
Shove that motherfucker through a car wash and then land it under a dump truck full of powdered sugar.
Yes. I mean, it's bread with a layer of powdered sugar on it. I mean,
the layer is thicker than the bread. Like, you guys, I'm not even embellishing, people. I'm not even embellishing.
It's bad. It's bad. So, I mean, it's just one of those embarrassing things that was like, I am not doing this one now. Like, this is going to have to come after like she knows me and it's like, all right, I'm too vested in this for this to be like
This can't be the deal killer anymore.
exactly. I mean, it's one of those like when we go out, if I go out for breakfast and I'm like extra powdered sugar and they bring me a little cup of it, it's like I'm gonna need like 4 more of those. Like,
And that's being nice for one
just,
piece. I won't even finish this.
just keep it coming. Just bring me the bag of it. And I mean, I'm sure everyone has a little, not like that one, obviously, but a little thing that's like, yeah, I'm not showing that one yet. Like, I'm not showing that card yet.
I feel so bad for your French toast. First, you drowned it, smother it in fucking powdered sugar.
I mean, at that point, you might as well just have a spoonful of sugar.
Just might as well. That's what you have. You have a plate full of powdered sugar with a side of French toast. You're like my mom. My mom, like, I like my toast light. Yeah, my mom, like, I swear to God, she was one step away from just turning the toaster on and then waving the bread over the top of it. That's how you are having French toast and powdered sugar. No, you have powdered sugar and French toast.
I gotta have a median to carry the bread to my or the powdered sugar to my mouth on a fork, and that's the toast.
Call that a vessel.
Yes.
That's pretty much me and chips and salsa or pico de gallo. The chip is just a vessel. I'm not in it to enjoy the chip. I'm in it to use the chip as a socially acceptable spoon to get the salsa in my gullet. I do the same shit with peanut butter and jelly. Like me and my wife, we got this thing. We get a little fucking ripped up and we get the munchies and let's have some spoons, we call them spoons. And we just eliminate the bread from the peanut butter and jelly. Like we just sit there like fat kids and eat peanut butter and jelly with spoons, but we always get the squeezable shit. So it's not like the squeezable jellies or jams. Mm-hmm. Jelly sucks. Guys, we need to have a quick talk about this. Stop buying jelly. If you stop buying jelly, they'll stop grinding up the horse hooves to make the gelatin, to make the jelly with. Jelly sucks. Jam's better. Preserves are even better. We can keep on going, but I think you get the point. Stop buying jelly. But we have the squeezable jams and stuff. So, you got to spoon the thing out of the peanut butter, but we squirt the jelly all over it. And, and it's not like we eat a whole jar of the shit, and like you gotta get a couple of whacks at it. It's probably not even a sandwich really, but it's one of those little things like, I do kind of shit like that. Like you in your powdered sugar. Like I'm just not willing to show that off right now. That's exactly. Not a character trait. That is a character flaw.
That's one of those like, I don't show that on the first couple weeks. That's one of those like, no. That's one of those like, all right, that's too much for this guy. I'm out. Like,
or if you got a huge problem with like gay people, you don't take her on a date to the gay neighborhood, or here's one. This one's a great one. So my wife absolutely despises bacon. Anybody that knows me knows I despise grapefruit. Grapefruit is the one thing on earth that could, if we just ridded ourselves of that shit, it would make the earth a better place. Everybody would be a little happier without that Satan piss in a fucking orange fucking looking rind floating around in this society. But my wife, hates bacon like that. Before us, she was on the dating scene like everybody had been. Mm-hmm. And she hooked up with this dude, and whatever. They started talking. And he fucking thinks he's going to win this chick. He's going to win the keys to her heart. And he took her on the first date and took her all the way down to the city or Schaumburg or some shit. And fucking popped them right into a fucking bacon-centric restaurant.
Oh, no. Womp, womp, womp.
It's just like one of those things. It's like that. Like a lot of the times when we get these little quirks of ours, like your powdered sugar and my vesselage of chips and salsa and peanut butter and jelly, a lot of the times they come out on accident. Like, you know, like you start getting a little bit more comfortable and they come out on accident. And it's those moments where you're like, holy fuck, I'm really, really losing here. I'm really losing. And then they, you know, and then it's like, and then you can see them computing all the other things they like about you and see if it balances out. You know what I mean? And then they go, oh, it's all right. And you're like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm fucking in. But
oh, I know. The first time I did it, I was just like, I really want French toast, so screw it. But it's like, let's see how this goes.
Does she like French toast, or did you like take her to a French toast restaurant?
Oh,
and
God, no. She's more of like pancakes and stuff. Yeah, she likes French toast, but she likes pancakes more.
I'm a fucking biscuits and gravy-aholic. Like, I'm
dude,
a connoisseur with that shit. But here's the I also love...
Nobody can make it good, though, man.
I can make it good, but you ain't had mine.
Well, no.
You ain't had mine. You guys will come over one Sunday morning, or I'll come over.
No, I'm talking like at a
shit.
restaurant. Like, all the restaurants, it's just like, all right, no.
There's a few exceptions for restaurants that I don't mind. I do grade restaurants on a curve. Like, first and foremost, if you use a ham-based gravy, you lose. You're fucking done.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not coming back. You're full of shit. You probably buy this shit in a bag from Walmart. So, and then just boil it, you know? But it's got to be a sausage gravy. It's got to be a white gravy, but it can't be too thin and it can't be too white. Like, if you fucking throw me a fucking plate full of shit that looks like Elmer's glue on a couple of pillows,
no,
we're gonna have an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I don't have my coffee cup, so I've got one of these, open topped, keep it cold coffee mugs.
Yeah, those are the best kind.
Cold hands, warm heart. Yeah, see, that's just adorable.
Cold coffee, warm heart. There you go.
Yeah, cold coffee, fucking cold. Yeah, cold coffee. Cold armor. Oh man, it's but it's the little things like this, like just you reach over to get your coffee while you're sucking down your 5-gallon bucket of powdered sugar, and you notice your coffee's cold, and that's what we want to talk about today, ain't it? It's just noticing the little shit, picking it out.
Exactly,
guys. Your life can change for the better or for the worse if you do not learn how to pick out the little shit. Pick out the little things.
The little things are what everyone remembers. I mean, on people's deathbeds, like it's the little things in life, like, when you lose somebody, or like, it's that, like, it's the little things that you remember. It's not the big things. It's always the little parts in life that make the difference.
Like when Uncle Randy hugged me so long in the pool.
that might have been a big thing.
Oh yeah, it is pretty incredible though. When you think about, like, just even you think about your family, your friends, your coworkers, all this, what do you actually remember? You remember those little sometimes the negatives and sometimes the positives.
Yep.
But yeah, if you learn how to pick that stuff out, you can make your life better. You can make life for the whole world better. In fact, that's a lot of what's wrong with the world today, is that people lost sight of picking out the little shit. Because if nothing else, if absolutely nothing else, when it comes to picking out the little things, it can lead you to pattern recognition.
Correct.
Because little things left unchecked become big things.
Yes.
Now that can go for the positive too, and we want to, and we do really want to nail down both sides of the negative and the positive here. But little things become big things when left unchecked. So those little things that annoy you, and I'm not saying that the little things that annoy you that are like completely inconsequential or something that you really can't have any control over. Yeah. But man, I'm all gassy again. I don't know what it is about Monday nights and recording, but I always have to burp. But yeah. But if you learn how to pick out the little things, you can notice these things. You can notice these things become a pattern. You can pick them out when it's something like if somebody's treating you wrong or treating somebody wrong, if somebody's operating their own life in a wrong fashion, if somebody's going the wrong route, if something is happening. If you don't know how to pick out the little shit, you're going to end up like one of the people on the news. Well, I never would have thought this would have happened. He just seemed like such a normal guy. You're going to be another one that just completely oblivious to the world around you, and it's going to affect you in the most negative of ways. So learn how to pick out the little things. Now, when it comes to learning how to pick out the little things, you should definitely hone your skills in how to pick out the little things on both sides. But your focus should be where you want your mentality to lie every single day.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you got to learn to pick up and also appreciate and acknowledge those little things that make you happy, or like that are positive in your life. You got to, I'm going to derail this somewhat, but, or skip forward, whatever, everyone in the way the world is in the media is they're so focused on the big things. What do you have? What don't you have?
Right.
Ooh, the cars. Ooh, this and that. Versus like, are you happy?
Right.
It's always the materialistic big things that the media and social media, it's awful on. Yeah. Social media ruined little things.
Well, I feel like the media makes it instead of, so there's influencers out there that I actually care about and I respect, and they use material objects and material possessions as motivators for themselves and their crowds, and they do it as in a sense of just motivation. You know how cool it is to drive a fucking Lamborghini to and from wherever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The media twists it and perverts it and makes you feel like you're not successul.
Correct. If you don't
in any fucking way, unless you have that. You can have the best relationship with your wife. Like I'll tell you right. I mean, and I know everybody will say this on podcasts, but I mean, you've been in the same room with us. Like, I wouldn't trade my fucking relationship with my wife and the quality of that relationship
for anything.
For all the cars on the fucking face of the earth. And I am a car guy. Like, gasoline replaced blood a long time ago, But there are people out there that, I wouldn't do that either. But man, you just walk up with a C5 Corvette, something fucking 10 years old, 15 years old, and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. You throw $1,000 in the glove box and they're out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's.
But the media The media will also try to make me feel like the relationship I have with my wife is not as it's not as gravitational. It doesn't hold the importance, the level of respectability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm not driving her to and from dinner at Eddie Merlot's in a Ferrari. You know what I mean? If we're just driving in my Santa Fe, it doesn't matter if it's brand new. It's not a Ferrari, so you're not successful. So yeah, so that's something to watch out for too.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that completely undermines the things that count in life. I mean, completely undermines it.
All right, okay. You know what? I'm thinking about this, and it does, because that's how we do it. We always got a devil's advocate thing. So I try to look at everything from both angles, and on one hand, I 100% agree. It completely undermines what's important, because what is important is the human experience, and you share that with people, whatever. However, if we step onto the other side of that argument, there are people out there that are just anti-human. Like, they're just, I don't want a relation. And it's not malicious or vindictive or anything. It's just like, I don't want a relationship. I want to live this life that involves me being alone. And like Henry Rollins doesn't not do relationships. What's that fucking dude? Man, he's so cool. He was on Rogan. He does, he's just an absolute fucking psychopath, and he's just awesome. I forgot the guy's name. He was like a one-man army back in the day, but he's apparently, like, he likes to do a lot of his life alone and shit like that. So there are those, and when I step into their shoes, it's kind of easy for me. Okay, so it's easy for me to step into the shoes of a single person without any kids, because I've been divorced, and and so I've had those, I've had the weekends where you're like, remember that, like that first weekend you don't have kids, you're like, and it feels really fucking weird, but by week like the fifth weekend you don't have kids, you're chomping at the bit for the next weekend you don't have kids. You know what I mean? Like, this is just real here. So you get used to those weekends that you don't have kids, and you like, you feel young again. You feel virile again. You feel like you want to go do things again. And that's exciting, and a lot of people get that feeling of excitement just from not having somebody they feel like they have to answer to. So while I would say it does undermine the things that many people do think matter, it could maybe facilitate the things that the small, I'm trying not to throw any shade because there's no reason for it, but the outliers, that small percentage of people that don't crave human interaction or pair bonding or.
And I would say that the little things don't have to be humanistic little things. I mean, it could be like you live on your own. You're out there in the middle of nowhere by yourself, and you just love hearing the birds in the morning, or you just like seeing the nature. Again, it's a little thing. It's not a big thing. So even if you are, I don't want to say loner, but one of the people that just like yourself, like you just like
recluse, hermit.
I mean, that doesn't have to be a negative, but like the ones that like themselves more than they like other people. People suck at times. I mean, I'll be the first one to admit that.
I like me better than wait, is I like me better than people like me, or is I like me better than I like people? I'm not sure, but I think it's both correct.
But I would say again, like their happiness is in little things that mean little things to them. Like it's not the big things in life that matter to them. It's still the little things. It's just different little things that you and I would have.
I have come to find in my life that life seems fuller. Now, whether it is or it isn't, that's open to discussion. That's open to interpretation, and that's subjective. That's everybody is going to view that differently. But I have come to find out in the many lives that I've been blessed to live that life feels fuller when you appreciate, like in your core, like truly appreciate the little shit.
Oh, yeah.
And noticing that little shit stack up into good days and then good weeks and then good months. And then when something bad happens, it's a little easier to deal with because you look back and you're like, yeah, but man, I mean, I've had 3 months of fucking awesome days. Like, I'm not fucking bashing my hands and my feet on anything. I'm not getting sunburn on the top of my head. Like nothing bad is happening.
Exactly. Or like, all right, yeah, yesterday was a bad day, but I'm going to go out front, drink my coffee and just watch.
Right. Yeah.
Just sit outside and enjoy my cup of coffee. And like, it doesn't, like, I would agree with you. Like when you learn to appreciate those little things that matter in life, like truly matter to you, obviously, like your life is a lot more fulfilled. It is a lot more,
Yeah, I fucking spilled my coffee and it splashed all over. Now I'm using Kleenexes to clean it up. And keep on going, brother. Keep on going.
It's just one of those, like, yeah, I mean, like you said, your life is definitely more fulfilled, and it is a lot easier to deal with things when that roller coaster of life happens. You have those little things to fall back on, and 3 months you're not gonna really remember that big thing that bad day. You're gonna be like, oh, I had a bad day. Oh well.
Well, and here's the thing about living a fuller, richer life by being appreciative of the smaller things. That puts you on a vibration. It puts you on an energy level that is far higher than you would if you were all like, I don't have this fucking thing, and I don't have this fucking thing, and I don't have that fucking thing. So you vibe higher. So you get better friends. You have better conversations with better people, better fucking situations and opportunities come your way. Like you live better when you live better. Like there's just 100%. Really, Now, here's the thing, though, is we've talked a lot about the happy aspect of this, but, there is a negative aspect, and we are watching the world fall apart. And if people would know, not only learn how to pick out the little things, the pattern recognition, but actually get the spine to do something about them, we would not be seeing what we're seeing in society today across the world. We just wouldn't. Because, you know, when you know, like, let's take, let's take fucking UK, for example. You know, right now, one of the biggest things right now is the three religions all fighting each other.
Yep.
Judaism, Islam, Christianity. Now, the simplest way to explain this is just the realist way. Muslims believe everybody that isn't Muslim should be put to death. Jews believe everybody that is born not Jewish was born to be slaves to the Jews.
Yes.
Christians seem to want to play patty cake and be friends with everybody. One of us is going to fucking die.
Yes. Yes.
And it's not the two that don't give a fuck about anybody else, okay? So we're seeing this in the world today, and we're seeing places like the UK, which is predominantly a Christian kingdom. Like, it's just, it's
it used
predominant.
to be, at least.
Well, it used to be. And they started, you know, going woke a little bit and trying to make room for everybody and be all inclusive and stuff. And now look what happens. Now, if you shit talk Islam in any fucking way, you go to jail. If you hang your head to pray, even in public, silently, you go to jail.
Yep.
If you do anything regarding God in a Christian manner, you go to jail. Yep. And they did this. I will tell you why they did this, because they didn't notice the little things. The little things were when they said, you know what, let's make room for people. Okay, let's make room for people. Let's do this. I'm in. I'm on board. Let's bring some culture in here. I want to taste your food. Don't make it with your fucking feet, but I want to taste your food as long as it's made properly and cleanly. I want to do all this. I want to embrace the culture. But then the little things started happening, like a little bit more of this neighborhood became Islamic. A little bit more of the neighborhood became Islamic. The next thing you know, that neighborhood was primarily Islamic.
Now
then another fucking neighborhood popped up. And instead of starting to draw lines like, hey, I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but we've got to keep an eye on this, you know. Instead of doing anything regarding that, they just let it go. Like, they're just not going to pay any attention. And then more of their fucking, mosques or synagogues and shit. They started fucking popping up all over the place. And now you've got no-go zones. Like, and people are like, oh, it just happened. No, it didn't just happen. It's taken 10 fucking years for this to happen. You didn't bother to pick out the little shit. The little shit was, how come on every fucking airplane coming into this country, it's 3/4 Muslim? How come every fucking airplane leaving this country is 1/4 Muslim?
Yeah.
You didn't notice the little shit.
Nope.
And now we're seeing places like UK just absolutely crumble and become shitholes. If you don't like the truth, this ain't the podcast for you. You should know that by now. But we're seeing places. Look at London.
Yeah.
Look at Paris. Paris was a destination for everybody in the world. And now nobody wants to go there.
No.
Nobody wants to go there.
I mean, I would love to go there. I'm not going there right now, but
yeah, I would love to go there too. As soon as you fucking get all the trash off of the fucking streets. And this time I'm not talking about the people, but you get the trash off the streets, you get the encampments gone, you get the fucking people stop beating other fucking people in the street just because they're not Muslim. Like, this is really fucking happening. This is really happening in Paris and London and Germany, every fucking where.
I mean, it's happening here.
It's happening here.
Look at San Francisco. Everyone's like, what happened? I can't believe San Francisco happened. Like, that just, like, no. That's been a long time in the making for San Fran. Like,
here's one for you. Here's one for you. I got a personal one for you. Rochester, Minnesota. Ever been there?
Nope.
Rochester, Minnesota is about 15 minutes, 20 minutes out of Stewartville, Minnesota. Stewartville, Minnesota is where I lived. And I worked in Rochester, Minnesota. Well, Rochester, Minnesota happens to be one of the biggest congregations of Middle Easterners, Islamics, Muslims in the Midwest. The damn near entire city of Rochester is Muslim. They have call to prayer. They have everything. And when we were there, I was getting the lessons because I'm an outspoken individual. Mm-hmm. I was getting the lessons from the locals about, and people I worked with, friends of the person I was dating out there, what you're allowed to say in public and what you just shouldn't say in public, because these motherfuckers will overrun you.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, they will overrun you. Because we were walking down the street one day and I said, look at them motherfuckers. I said, there's like 4 or 5 of them. They're all wearing I forgot not the hijab, the whole white pajama getup that the fucking guys wear. Mm-hmm. And he's like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, what do you mean shut the fuck up? He's like, dude, if you speak to them, they will have a problem with it. If you speak about them and they hear it, they will have a problem with it. I was like, what if I just said, hey, nice day? He's like, do not fucking speak to them. They don't want you to. And this is a local. This is a guy that lives in the fucking city with them.
Damn.
This is how it happens. And now we're starting to see places just outside of Rochester that are allegedly encampments where only Muslims can, like, only Muslim, little neighborhoods and shit.
I believe
we're seeing that one place in, what is that, Texas, that they're trying to do this? They're trying to make an entire community, entire city of Sharia law, Muslim only.
I believe it. Yeah. And again, that doesn't happen overnight.
No.
It happens little by little, and then before you know it, it's gone.
And you know how you stop it from happening? This is the problem. This is the biggest problem, I think. Even bigger than people just not learning how to fucking pick out the little shit and stop it before it becomes big shit. Even bigger than that is, how do you stop it? Because stopping it, the only way to stop it, once it's started, it gets ugly.
Oh, yes.
The only way to stop the homeless encampments, when they pop up under the bridge and take over the entire fucking, is with snowplows. Like, they don't listen. You can't just go down there and be like, all right, you guys got to move along. All right, be cool. I'll be cool with you and everything's great. Yeah. They just go fuck off and they go right back in their fucking tent, their sleeping bag. The only way to clean them out, snowplows. Well, guess what? Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, like, the only way to deal with some things after it gets big is it has to be big. Like, like you said, you have to go in and you have to literally push them out. Like, there's...
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, there's no way around it. Like, it's big now. Big takes big.
Yeah. Well, and big is ugly, and people, I think we've gotten to a point now where people don't want to admit that they want the ugly. They want the ugly. They just don't want to admit it. They don't want to say it out loud. Because I get a lot of fucking messages and I get a lot of fucking attention on some of my videos where I'm talking about racial things. I'm talking about, this type of shit. Is Islam, like, in fact, this morning's video, a video I made this morning, was all about, I'm an American male, and all we fucking American males hear is how fucking useless we are, how pointless we are to society, how we add no value, how which always makes me laugh, but how we're unnecessary to the continuation of the human race somehow. You can't but giggle at the logic there. But we hear all this shit. So I made a video. I said, you know what? Let's start living how we're told we live. Instead of getting up every fucking morning and putting on all our Carhartt shit and our fucking hoodies on top of hoodies on top of hoodies and our big heavy steel toe boots covered in concrete and mud and shit, instead of doing all that and then going out and building the buildings and building the roads and putting up the power lines and building the sewers and the boats and the ships and the cars and the trucks and the businesses and the corporations and all the laws, instead of going out and building all of that, let's just wake up and go fucking hang out with our buddies. We can fucking just bullshit all day. We can, like, Call of Duty for a little while. We could tinker with the car in the garage that's never going to run again for a little while. We could fucking rub one out every now and then. Hey, boy, sorry, I got to take a shit. How come he's always taking his shit for so long? Yeah, he's rubbing one out, but he doesn't think we know. We could just live like that and be fucking... Sounds like a great plan to me. But on top of all that, what we should do, too, is... since we're so useless, so pointless, we'll stop in all of our troubles trying to protect American women from Sharia law.
Right.
Welcome it in. I'm not losing. When it comes to Sharia law, men do not lose. We win big. We can beat the fuck out of you, and you can't do a fucking thing about it. Nothing. Dude, you really. This
in
is
fact,
what
you say something, you get beat for that. Like,
yeah,
the neighbor will come and beat you. Like, hey, he beat me. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, it's insanity how people don't have a problem with the fucking culture that requires women to have 99% of their skin covered so that it doesn't affect the decision-making capabilities of a man. It's insanity to me how people... Go ahead.
They don't know because they only know that very, very narrow view of what the media has told them.
They know one line. Islam is the religion of peace. That's what they know because the media told them to know that, but it's completely fucking wrong. You know, if you go up to a fucking Muslim man and you fucking offer to handshake his wife before him and do not ask him for the permission to shake his wife's hand, he can kill you. He can fucking kill you.
I believe it. I believe it.
This is the culture you want to welcome into America. Oh, how about this? You got raped? Well, you better have 4 male relatives that are willing to go to court and testify against the guy that did it, which won't happen, or you're going to get stoned to death in the center of the city. So they make an example so that nobody ever falsely, air quotes, falsely accuses another man of doing anything like that again.
Yep.
This is the culture you want to fucking welcome in. I mean, it's time to notice the little shit, and the little shit says, hey, they've built an army here, and the only way to stop it now
is an army.
is to get a little nasty, get a little bit dirty, and just say fuck the labels and say, hey, we don't give a shit. Label us. We are not going to have your shitty culture take over this fucking country. You have not proven yourselves on a very good fucking level anywhere you are currently, anywhere you have been, and anywhere you're attempting to go. You're not proving yourself to be a good people. Because you force yourselves in, you force your way into places that you're openly told you're not welcome. You force yourselves in there, and then you turn the whole fucking place into a goddamn squalorful shithole.
It is. I mean,
it sounds ugly, but it's the truth. The videos are out there. It's not like one video is just always surfacing in this one street. No, it's the whole city every fucking time. The whole city. It doesn't matter where you go. Go to UK. Go to fucking Scotland. Go to fucking Germany. Go to fucking England. Go to fucking France. Go to Italy. Go anywhere you want and fucking video. It's every city they're in is a fucking shithole.
Yep. There will be nice areas, but even then, how much longer?
They were nice areas. That's the funny part. They were nice areas. Paris was beautiful. London was beautiful till the fucking Muslims got there. I mean, it's just the way it is. And it's not even racist. It's just an observation. Hey, 5 years ago, everybody on the planet was dreaming of a fucking Paris vacation or a London vacation. Now, nobody's going there on purpose. It's just an observation.
I mean, just the sheer fact that you could pray to yourself and be arrested. No questions asked.
Yeah. Yeah, they own it now.
They're the only ones. I mean, the Christians are the only ones getting arrested for this shit.
Oh yeah.
And no.
Yeah.
You violated the, Peace Act or whatever the hell they call it now. And it's like, or the safe space or some stupid fucking name to it. And it's just like, seriously? I'm standing there with my head down and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
You're not getting a ticket. You're going to jail.
Well, we're seeing the world shift so greatly right now because the way the world was going, all our entire lives, in fact, I mean, and before, was the route of globalism. I forgot, maybe it was Mao. I don't know if it was Mao. I don't remember who it was, but he said the best way to obtain a socialist society is slowly through reform, not revolution. I don't remember who said that.
I think that was Marx. No,
Maybe.
Mao was part of all that stuff, so too. But I think Marx was the one that
revolution.
Was like, yeah. I mean, I think Marx was the one that was like, yeah, the way to do socialism and to bring it in is to do it slowly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no resistance if you do it slowly. Then people are too dumb to realize what's happening.
And it's happened. It's here. Like we're all the way the fuck here. We've been here for a while now.
Yep.
And it's the same principle as the dog on the chain. If you take the whole chain away from the dog, he gets all pissed off. But if you walk out there every couple of days and take one link, he doesn't even fucking notice.
Nope.
And now that's what's happened is we stopped noticing 50 years ago, 60 years ago, them taking the links out of the chain. And now it's our generation's time now to figure it out. And then, unfortunately, I think it's going to be our kids' generation to get it back.
Yeah. I mean, I think the wheels are starting to turn to wanting it back, which is good. It's just, it's going to take a while for that to happen. But I mean, you look at the Dodge thing, or the Doge, whatever the hell you want to call it. Like
Doge.
Yeah. I mean, how people are upset about finding money that was misused. I'm going to say misused, but we all know it was fucking stolen.
Yeah.
And lining somebody's pockets. Like, how are you pissed off about that? Like, I don't get it. But again, they're told like, oh, he's bad. And it's just, again, he's doing it big though. It's a big gesture, and people don't like big.
But you're incapable of understanding that because you are a normal person, and normal people have a hard time wrapping our heads around ideas like, oh, you found $65 trillion allegedly of misspent money, blah 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 blah. Fuck you. Like we have a hard time understanding why you're mad that he found it. That no matter who it was, found it. You just didn't want it found, or you didn't want him to find it. How's this working? Or maybe the Tesla thing. Like you guys bowed to fucking Elon and Tesla like he was the god of every nation that is ever to be on this planet. And then all of a sudden he started finding stolen money on from your party, and all of a sudden you were like fucking drawing swastikas on every Tesla.
Yeah.
All of a sudden the environment didn't fucking matter anymore. That Tesla was a piece of shit, and you're a fucking Nazi.
Yeah. Like what? What? Yeah.
One of my buddies sent me a fucking meme. It had Edward Norton from American History X, and it had that shot when he's up, he's got his hands behind his head and he's getting arrested. And he's like, yeah. It says, the moment you realize that all you got to do to drive around with a swastika on your car is drive a Tesla. And these people did it. These people did it.
I know. It's just, it's again, people don't like big. People don't like big. If he took 20 years to find that, and it was like, oh, we found 1 million today, and then 2 weeks later, oh, we found another 1 million, it would not be a big deal. But it was big. People don't like big.
No, and that's why they hate Trump, and that's why everybody's becoming to hate Trump, because he's doing such big things. Now, we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to talk a little about Trump, but we got to fucking caveat this shit with, I'm not a Trump dick sucker. You know what? And I'll be honest with you. Every day that goes by, I lose a little bit more faith. Like, I'll be honest with you. The mass deportations have all but stopped. We have supposedly found $65 trillion in wasteful spending that we're not going to get back as the people that he said we would get back, because now he's going to use it to do other things. I don't know, give it to Israel or pay off war bonds or whatever, but we're not getting it back like was promised. What's that other thing? Oh yeah, that no war thing that he did in the first round. That was really good. That no war thing was really awesome, and I think that had a lot to do with why he got reelected. And now it seems like he kind of just doesn't give a fuck about starting a war between everybody on the entire face of the planet. So I mean, we could go on. I'm not a Trump dick sucker, but I also do find a lot of great shit in what he's doing, and I do find a lot of great shit when I look at it broad spectrum. When I look at it, give it that 30,000 foot view, there's a lot of great shit. And one of the things that I've seen is he's doing big things. He's correcting now. Okay. So he's noticed, it's big shit, but let's call it on the scheme of things, on the scheme of humanity and politics in this country and world. It's little things, but he's spent his life noticing the little things that's wrong with the government, wrong with the tax codes, wrong with the income codes, wrong with everything. and now he's shaking up the globe. And what he's doing is he's being the bad dad. He's ripping the Band-Aid off that everybody was told needed to be there.
He's the snowplow in San Fran.
Yep,
cleaning up the encampments. I mean, it is what it is. It's ugly. Nobody likes it.
Right.
But it has to be done. Like, it's one of those, like, I mean, you let San Fran go to shit, and you did it so slowly. All right, let's open one center for people to get new needles. Okay, let's create one safe place so people don't OD in the streets. Okay, you guys can set up an encampment here, but keep it here.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's going to, at some point, it's going to break, and then it's gonna be like, holy crap, there's a guy taking a dump next to me, and I'm trying to eat dinner. Oh yeah, that's right. They outlawed, or they made it legal to defecate in the streets. Yeah, it's no problem.
There's absolutely zero fucking excuses for America being the number one consumer on the planet as a country. We're the number one consumer. We buy everything.
Yes.
There's no fucking reason for, and here's a fun fact for you. 90% we found out with the stock market plummet this morning that 90% of the stocks that are owned in the stock market are owned by 8% of the world's wealthiest people. And most of those people live in America. So maybe we don't put so much weight in a fucking stock market, like I've been saying, because that's just a gauge on how wealthy people are remaining wealthy. And, so go fuck yourself with the stock market.
That means nothing. I mean,
it's a temp check. It's a temp check for the wealthy, because let's face it, if the wealthy go down, they're going to take us down with them. But that's really all it is. It's just a temp check. Make sure the wealthy still got some of their money, and they'll be all right. They'll stay they'll stay quiet. They'll, whatever. But anyway, I want to go back to this Trump thing. What he's doing is, we were heading to a globalist society. Every single leader of every single country was starting to get into this pattern of just working together to spend more money, and work to spend to work together more, to spend more money, to work together more. And what Donald Trump did is he's exposing why that's a bad idea.
Yep. Because
you realize you guys could keep your fucking money, but your government is telling you can't. And he's looking at Canada while he says this. Did you see my funny Canada post?
I did. Which one?
The one. Okay. Check out my Instagram. There's been a few. It's from today. It's from today. So Canada, Facebook absolutely loves people that are pissed off. So they always they always show you stuff in your feed that they know you would disagree with. So my feed is full of native land bullshit and Canadian bullshit. So I saw one today, and it was from I Love Canada or some shit, and it says, a problem solved, and it shows a big picture of fucking Canada, and they drew the picture around Washington, Oregon, California, and then Minnesota and Montana, and then on the entire eastern seaboard over there. I'm like, great idea. So you just redraw your borders around all the states that earn more than your fucking country's GDP, so that you don't have to fucking actually take to task your fucking government. So let me adjust this for you. And I just I reposted that picture with two pictures of a parking lot covering Canada. Oh God.
That's a good one. I did see that one.
Yeah, fuck these Canadians.
It's one of those, like, dude, y'all are so dumb and brainwashed. They got you so distracted that you're mad at Trump for nothing that impacts you.
They're so pissed off, dude. They've been living for the last 9 years. They've been living with none of their money, going into squalor, going homeless, going broke. Like Canadians are losing everything. And then 9 years into that, Donald Trump says we're going to up the tariffs, and then they go, "Oh my God, it's your fault. Your tariffs are 300% higher than ours are." Already. What do you mean it's our fault? We're paying you way too much to get way too little. And now we just want to equal that out.
We don't charge you anything to send you shit. You charge us.
And what happens so Donald Trump wants to up the tariff by 25%. Well, you've got this little thing called an interprovincial trade tax. That's 22.7% or some shit. Call it 25%. So you get rid of your fucking, you're going to trade inside of Canada? Well, we'll just not tax you to do that. Oh, yeah. But you're going to go from province to province. Well, that's a problem. No, you get rid of, if you're going to trade inside Canada, you don't have any fucking taxes to cross borders, and you trade inside for fucking free. And that's the way it works, And
that has nothing to do with us.
No, and that has absolutely nothing to do with us.
That's a Canada thing. Like, again, they got them so distracted.
And the Liberal Party's gaining popularity again.
I know. Mm-hmm.
Like, it just, if there's zero fucking hope for Canada. Like, if that Liberal Party wins, which it will, because there's no elections in Canada, let's be honest. No. Mm-hmm. They're done, and they will be the fucking, I don't know about the 51st state, but it's only going to be a matter of time before they come begging us to bail them out, or they get in bed with China and we parking lot them motherfuckers.
Yep. It's
if they get into a war treaty with fucking China, it's over for them.
Yes.
We're not going to allow that. Just like, Russia didn't allow fucking Ukraine to be like, oh yeah, you can join NATO. That's like, we're not going to say, hey, Canada, you can fucking join a Chinese fucking conglomerate. No. Nope. We'll parking lot you first and take your materials.
Yep.
We'll take all your maple syrup there, eh?
That's not ours.
Yeah. Even though we make better shit in Wisconsin. I mean, fuck.
I mean, it's nuts. You guys can keep the fucking poutine. And fries with gravy. Come on now, man. You guys can keep that shit.
You guys can keep the fucking poutine. That's awesome. That's great. Oh man. But guys, all right, let's pull this back around.
But again, man, going back around, it all happens little by little, and then you're in a situation where you're like, you're fucked.
Yeah. Well,
and it's gonna take big to fix it.
Yeah, and you're gonna find yourself fucked on multiple levels, because you know what? Now you're learning the truth of shit. Now you have to fix this shit, which means you have to do big shit, which means you're going to have to do some shit you feel a little bit icky about, or at least you're going to have to back up somebody else that'll do that icky shit.
Yep.
So we can rectify the fucking problem. And then we have to unfuck all the situations that problem has caused. And once we do that, then we can really concentrate on never letting that situation happen again. And that all of that whole arc of activity comes right down to just learn how to pick out the little shit. If you learn how to pick out the little shit, now you got to do both sides. It's like people that say, I don't pay attention to politics. Then we don't fucking have anything in common, because you're willfully ignorant.
Yeah.
I understand not sitting on, with 9 TVs on every fucking network all day long. I get that. But to be so woefully ill-informed on purpose that puts us on different levels that we're just never going to come eye to eye.
You're just ignorant, and and
you want to be that way, which is even more disgusting.
Yeah. And I would say that's because it has an impact on them at all. Like, okay, go move to San Fran.
Yeah.
Go move to San Fran, and then in 2 years, tell me that you're still not involved in it. Like, you still don't care about it.
Well, and that's one of the most mind-boggling things about California, is because everybody in like how we always say, like, 7 years, Mexico's 7 years in style behind us, and then we're 7 years behind France, and they're 7 years behind Tokyo, like all this shit. Everybody in America says whatever happens in California will eventually happen countrywide. And it's been proven a lot, more so than not, by vast amounts. Everybody you talk to is like, oh, that's all going to happen here. What are you going to do to fix it?
Yeah.
What are you going to do right the fuck now before it happens to get it to not happen?
It doesn't have to happen, but you got to stand up and do something and recognize, like, wait a minute, this law sounds really familiar. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. This is where they said it was fine to shit out in the street.
Yeah,
there was no more nudity laws. Like, that was fine.
Like, I'll be honest with you, dude. I don't know if I mean, let's gather ourselves for this one. I don't know a dictator would be all that bad. You know, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. It definitely depends on what dictator. But let's say that it's a dictator. Let's broad spectrum here. Let's paint with a broad stroke. Let's say it's a dictator like Putin. Okay. If you're handling your shit, you got no worries. Okay. I'd take that. I think I would, because you know what? This country is America is becoming a shithole very quickly. Very quickly. And we are way too wealthy for this thing to be this bad. And we're full of people that keep seeing all the criteria happening, all the little Lego pieces, all the little Tetris pieces falling into place, but they won't do anything to stop them from falling because they might get labeled. Their neighbor might not like them, invite them to dinner once a year, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it's really fucking sickening that when we look across the fucking world, I mean, dude, look at China. If you look at the good shit about China, you will be shocked at how much there really is.
Yes.
I am not a fucking communist sympathizer. Fuck that. I'm not. But to say that there's nothing good about being Chinese or living in China is fucking absurd. And if you're going to say that, you're not even in a conversation with me.
Ignorant.
So there's a lot of good things about China. I mean, China's now the fucking most technologically advanced country on earth. You know, what is that? Gaozhang is now
Something
the most
like
technically advanced, whatever. More so than Tokyo, you know? Yeah. And how long did Tokyo have that title?
Tokyo's way the fuck up there. Like that's a really high bar to set.
You know, and there's a lot of good things about living in China. And here's one of the things that I notice about countries. When I see I look at all these countries, even the little ones like fucking Turkmenistan and shit like that. All these countries that have the power structure we're taught as Americans to absolutely despise, never honor even enough to ask a question to try to understand, never. Their countries seem cleaner than ours. Their cities seem cleaner than ours. Their subways seem cleaner than ours. They all have lower crime rates than we do.
Oh,
you know what?
That's not a fuck around and find out place.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm kind of intrigued by the fact that how come it is that we're supposed to love the system we've got, but if you look at all of the circumstantial evidence or the visuals, it's fucked. It's fucked. Our government hates us, the people, and its only goal on the left is to beat the right, and its only goal on the right is to stay in power.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's so great. And while that's all happening, tens of thousands of people a year are getting shot, killed, murdered, beaten, raped, mugged. You know,
and getting away because our judicial system is fucked. It's you know, in theory it shouldn't be, but it's so corrupt and it's so like, nope, it's a first timer. We gotta let him go.
Oh, dude,
or, like it's so bad. Or you know, Chicago in the DA's office. Like, yeah, he's a felon with a gun. Are you gonna charge him? No.
Yeah.
I mean, the cops are arresting him and they're putting him there. And then when it comes time to actually charge him with the crime and do something about it, you're like, no, we're not charging this guy.
We live next door to the fucking one of the fucking most pedo-friendly places on earth, and that's McHenry County. McHenry County is one of the most pedophile-friendly places on earth. I watch the pedo cases come through that court, and I watch these motherfuckers get like 4 months for raping a kid. I watch them get 11 months and then, you know, a good, 1 year of probation for raping a kid.
Yeah.
Like McHenry County needs a sweep over from good judges and get rid of whatever the fuck piles of shit keep awarding fucking, freedom to these fucking kid fuckers.
Right. And even then, all right, you got 4 months. You're only going to serve 2.
Yeah. Well, yeah, good behavior,
Yeah. You're only going to serve half.
Yeah, it's absolutely fucking absurd. And every single thing comes back to just, dude, if you started noticing your buddy, like looking at like, is that it's a porn mag, it's all right. We all got a porn mag every now and then. Then you see a couple months later, you're like, girls are getting younger on that thing.
That's
you
now
know,
a
like,
that's now a
what
that's now
is
a barely
that?
18.
Yeah. Yeah, now's the time for the questions. Now's the time. Not
Yep.
as he's getting handcuffed off and walked out of his house because he got caught. And
Yeah.
that's when everybody always wants to come forward. Oh, I fucking thought there was
Right.
something going on. I think if you're one of those people that you see somebody get caught for something really fucked up and you knew about it, you should get the same sentence.
Oh yeah,
You should get the same sentence.
I mean, you see the ones like for murder cases, like did you do anything about it? No. Well, then hey, you're getting charged with something too.
Yeah.
You're getting charged with accessory or whatever the hell they call it now. That it's like in some places where it's like, yeah, if you knew and you didn't say anything, yeah, you're guilty of something. You're not gonna get, you won't get charged with murder necessarily, but you'll get charged with something, and you will do some time.
Yeah, and like but that comes down to doing big things. It's that whole thing like false, the false accusations for rape. I think if a woman is found guilty of falsely accusing a man of raping her, she should get double at minimum the sentence that he would have gotten, which is always the maximum. So if that guy was facing 7 years in prison for raping her, she should get 14.
Yeah, I mean,
And we start doing that, and then when they
give
fucking
that a couple.
yeah, you get them a couple out front, and then they go, oh no, I was just lying. Now you have to serve this so that all the other fucking slimy pieces of shit like you aren't going to be out here trying to ruin people's fucking lives. You're going to have to make an example, and just for some reason, our society in America is just terrified of making an example out of anybody but a white man. Anybody but a white man.
Yep.
But I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, it's so far gone now that noticing the little things, I think, is more of a personal thing. Like, I'm noticing the little things happening in society. Those little Legos start stacking up. And now I know what I need to have in my home, for defense, for offense, for escape, for maneuverability, for feeding my family in case this shit goes south. I know what I got to have, and it's more of a personal thing, not necessarily like, oh, I can see the bricks falling out of society, so I'm going to start a coalition or a charity to try to help society. Because, guys, I'll tell you what, I've worked with fucking charities. I've worked very, very deeply with charities, and charities are 99% bullshit. Every last one of the fucking things. People buy their motorcycles out of charities.
Yeah, and I would say what we're doing is a little thing. I mean, we're calling shit out. Like, yeah, whatever.
Well, we're saying what people fucking say in the privacy of their own home, and we're saying it out loud, and that makes people feel and understand that the truth is, it is okay to say them out loud.
Yes.
And we're starting to see more and more people pick this shit up, pick up these
people
batons of truth
more. People are starting to resist more and be like, that's not right.
Well, and to be honest,
that gives me some hope.
Yeah. And what really gives me the hope, whether I don't give a fuck if you agree with it or not, but what gives me some hope is the culture, the white culture thing. Like, people are starting to speak on white culture, like in its defense, to protect it.
And it's other cultures saying like, hey man, it's okay to be white, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
but I'll be honest with you. The most inspiring thing to me is white people standing up for white people, because that's something that I've never seen in my life. No. I've spent my whole life fighting for this. White people stand up for ourselves. White people standing up for white people, and so that we can continue our culture and continue our heritage, has nothing to do with eliminating any other culture or race.
Correct. It
has everything to do with ours not being eliminated. So when I start looking, and it's always been,
taboo.
Taboo. That's the word I'm looking for. It's always been taboo. You're not allowed to say it. You're going to get a racist label. You're going to get a bigot label. You're going to get a whatever label. And I'm seeing more and more people just not give a fuck and say, you know what? It's time that the white culture stops getting erased, because that's exactly what's fucking happening. So that right there, if you and the reason I quote that specific one is because that's the biggest one. White people standing up for white people has literally not been allowed in our lifetime.
No.
If you said that shit on Facebook in 2008, you'd been removed within 10 minutes. Trust me, I know.
Yeah. You'd be banned.
Yeah, I got a 30-day ban from it right out of the gate. So
I believe it.
But now the fact that it's being allowed, that signifies that not only are we getting back to this kind of system of free speech. I mean, I mostly there are some caveats here at this current administration. Mainly Israel that are fucking things up here, but for the freedom aspect, but where it does show that we're getting back to a society of free speech, a society of standards, a culture of our own that is willing to now start standing up for itself. Unfortunately, it's as we're dying. It's like that song, like you're always falling in love with her as she's walking away. Like, we needed to do this 30 years ago, but we're doing it now. So let's keep it going.
Better late than never. I mean,
and it's also being said in the context of not necessarily like we've got to eradicate other races, because now
it's being said in a way that like, it's okay to be a white dude. It's okay to be white. Like, be white, be proud. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And more and more are standing up and saying that. Even outside of our culture, even outside, like black people are saying like it's okay to be white, guys.
Yeah,
and it's good that white people are starting to be like, yeah, it is okay.
Yeah, but I don't, and the one thing I don't. Another show. Fuck that. Yeah. We'll get another show. Guys, if you want to help us out and you want to help us spread these messages, help us spread these conversations that we talk about, because we do talk about things that a lot of people say you're not supposed to talk about. A lot of people feel icky for talking about. We get the feedback. We get our messages. We get our comments and shit about people saying, hey, good for you. You're saying, and we just want to say, we get the emails about people saying, hey, could you bring this up? Blah, blah, blah. We love you for it. We love you for it. If you want to help us out, you want to help us continue this. We don't want any money. We don't want you to do anything. But just give us a follow on Instagram. You can find us on Instagram. It's a Savagely Loud podcast page, and you're going to find two links on there. A link to my page, Savagely Loud, and a link to I'm tongue twisted up here. A link to Mikey's page, Woldy2. You can find us on Facebook, Savagely Loud Podcast. You can also email us in at savagelyloudpodcast@gmail.com with your questions, comments, concerns, whatever. And you can find us on YouTube at the Savagely Loud Podcast, which we did get did we talk about the intro today?
Yeah, we did begin that. We have the intro coming.
Yeah, we've got the intro coming. That should be next episode probably. So, guys, this shit's important. I know it just sounds like conversations, but they're conversations that are important to have, because they're all the conversations that regard topics like this about not picking out the little shit. If we would have been having conversations like this before all along, we wouldn't have to have them now about how to pick out the little shit, how to stop your own demise, or how to pick up your own mood when it's down, because picking out the little shit, I mean, just like we had that moment, Frolfin, that a couple weeks ago, where the lady was picking up cans out of garbage cans. And we had a moment, we talked about it, and we're like, dude, we don't have to do that. And that's, she's not out here for fun. She's out here because she needs to be doing that. And we don't have to be doing that. So you learn how to see that shit, and you learn how to pick it out. You learn how to appreciate it, and it can improve your life, as well as if you are only going to focus on the negative, it's going to devolve your life into hell and horror.
Yep. Right. And if you want to improve your life, you want to get it, you want it to be better, you want to improve financially, you want to do whatever, it's going to start little. Yeah. It has to start little. You're not going to have $1 million in a day. Yeah. What you are going to do is you're going to learn to save. You're going to be like, oh, I got $100 left over this week. Hell yeah. And then the next time it's like, oh, I got 125 left over. Yeah. I'm good. Like, it's the little things, and you have to learn to pick up on those. Yeah. Pay attention to it and acknowledge it. Like, yeah, I did good this week.
And honor it too. When the little shit happens, give it a little bit of honor. Throw your fucking hands up and say, hey, thanks, big man upstairs, for throwing this fucking good fortune my way. give it a little bit of honor. If you throw out a little bit of honor, the fates and the energies of the universe will throw you some honor back, and then you can be as honorable as a human being as these fucking people that Mikey keeps putting in our Hopelessly Human segment that starts a little bit like...
People can be really rough. They can be quite tough. They can get in the way, but at the end of the day, some aren't only stupid, some are hopelessly human.
All righty, on that note, let's get picked up here. What you got for us today, Mikey?
All right, so this one comes out of Cleveland. Good old Cleveland.
Everybody loves coming out of Cleveland. Fuck Cleveland.
This is about a 16-year-old who essentially saved the family at his neighbor's house from getting burned alive.
Oh, hell yeah.
So he was, 16-year-old. He heard a bunch of commotion next door. He was just sitting in his room or whatever, heard a bunch of what the hell is that out there? Went out there and saw there was a mother and 3 kids on their roof trapped because the house was on fire. So he just quick reaction, went up there, went to his garage, got the ladder, went to the house, put it up there, went up, got one of the kids. It was a 10-month-old. Yeah, so he got the 10-month-old, he got the 7-year-old, he got a 12-year-old, and then the mother came down. So I mean, it's
that's
just
winning,
right? I mean, just that quick. Hey, no thoughts. Just shit. I gotta get my ladder, and I mean, 16-year-old. I mean,
yeah, that's awesome. I do wonder how the fuck they got onto the roof, but
I think it was
weirder shit's happened.
I think it was kind of like my house where you have like the roof. And then like the second story connects onto the roof.
Yeah,
so they could get up for, they were upstairs or whatever, and then they heard it, and then they were trapped going downstairs.
Yeah. Regardless,
so
that's fucking awesome. Especially that for a 16-year-old kid, a young dude, to have that kind of peace of mind to, be able to operate at the drop of a hat. I think that's fucking awesome. That's the kind of people that we should all strive to be a little bit more like.
Yep.
Don't necessarily go setting any fires just so you can prove you can be a hero, but definitely, if you happen to see one, stop and help, Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. I love that shit. That's that's really hope inspiring, that the people that are still out there, and but I've got so many jokes I want to run with,
I'm sure.
I probably just wanted to fuck the daughter.
You saw this 17-year-old was like, He saw the mom and was just like, yeah.
Right. Stacy's mom. All right, guys. Again, can you hit us up on Instagram? Give us a follow at Savagely Loud Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening, sharing. Thank you guys for liking everywhere you're liking, and following everywhere you're following, and reviewing everywhere you're reviewing. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Keep it coming.
Keep it coming. All right, until next time.